How much of our own undoing do we author through the subtle erosion of truth? In the intricate tapestry of communal trust, what invisible threads are severed, one by one, with each act of artifice? Is it possible for a beacon, designed to guide and protect, to become an instrument of its own demise, not through malevolence, but through the careless indulgence of a flawed impulse? Consider the profound paradox, a voice that cries out for salvation, yet is silenced by the very echo of its past fabrications. We navigate a world where information is currency, and sincerity, a fragile jewel. But what happens when the keeper of the most vital warnings chooses, repeatedly, to squander this precious commodity, mistaking amusement for consequence, until the very foundations of belief crumble beneath the weight of accumulated falsehoods? What then, when the real storm breaks? In the abyssal depths where the glimmer weavers tended the great coral spires, there resided a young tide whisperer named Kael. Kael's duty was sacred, to listen for the dissonant harmonies of the ocean, the precursors to the destructive sunken squalls that periodically ravaged the glimmer weaver's luminous city. His voice, amplified by ancient oral crystals, was the sole conduit between the distant depths and the vigilant sentinels above. When a true squall approached, Kael was to intone the storm surge cry, a unique frequency that would activate the city's shielding filaments. Kael, however, possessed a playful, if mischievous, spirit. He found a peculiar delight in the swift, panicked scramble of the elder weavers when he'd mimic the storm surge cry for no reason. The first time, he heard the frantic flurries of fins, saw the frantic adjustments of the crystal arrays, only to reveal his deception with a soft, bubbling chuckle. The elders, though initially distressed, dismissed it as youthful exuberance, a lapse in judgment. He was warned, gently, of the weight of his responsibility. Yet, the thrill of their reaction, the sheer power he felt in orchestrating their collective fear, proved irresistible. Weeks turned into months, and Kael's false cries became an unsettling rhythm in the deep. He'd practice variations, making each sham alarm subtly different, perfecting his performance. Each time, the city's defenses would whir into action, energy fields shimmering, before the realization dawned that it was Kael, once again, indulging his private sport. The glimmer weavers, wise and patient, began to grow weary. Their warnings became less gentle, their expressions more resigned. They adapted, creating a system of internal verification, delaying their full defensive activation, a tiny sliver of doubt now woven into their once unwavering trust in Kael's signal. One cycle, a true distortion rumbled through the abyssal currents. It wasn't a playful mimicry, it was the raw, guttural growl of a sunken squall, its pressure waves radiating with terrifying intent. Kael felt it deep in his very being, a cold dread that eclipsed any previous amusement. He knew, with absolute certainty, this was the genuine threat. His voice, for once devoid of any deceit, resonated with desperate truth as he amplified the storm surge cry, pouring every ounce of his sincerity into the ancient crystals. His plea echoed through the city, urgent, unmistakable. But the sentinels, jaded by countless false alarms, registered the frequency with a weary familiarity. Their new protocols, born of Kael's repeated deceptions, now demanded a second confirmation, a redundant check that would take precious minutes. They had heard this crying too many times before. They paused, deliberating, each elder silently recalling the boy's past transgressions. The collective memory of his amusements had rendered his genuine warning indistinguishable from his hoaxes. The squall hit the coral spires before the full shielding could activate, shattering crystalline structures and sweeping away generations of diligent weaving. Kael watched, his heart a hollow ache, as the city he was sworn to protect was devastated, not by the storm alone, but by the phantom echoes of his own deliberate deceit. This narrative serves as a stark metaphor for the critical erosion of trust in human communication, a phenomenon acutely relevant in our interconnected world. We are all, in various capacities, tide whisperers, guardians of truth, purveyors of information, tasked with signaling genuine threats or opportunities. Yet, the seductive allure of manufactured drama, the fleeting gratification of attention gained through embellishment, or the deliberate manipulation of facts, mirrors Kael's playful deceit. Each instance, no matter how small, adds a layer of skepticism to the communal consciousness. When genuine crises emerge, be they personal pleas for help, urgent societal warnings, or critical scientific findings, the signal is often drowned out by the accumulated noise of past falsehoods, making discernment nearly impossible. The sunken squall represents the inevitable, often catastrophic, consequences that unfold when collective belief, the bedrock of any functioning system, is irrevocably compromised. From the silent depths of the ocean to the bustling chambers of the mind, Filiarium reminds us, a sincere voice is a beacon, but one tarnished by deceit casts only shadows, ultimately blinding those it seeks to guide when darkness truly descends. Trust, once squandered, is a tide that seldom returns to fill the empty shores of belief.